Before I start, I just have to say, is Corey beaming today? I mean, he might be sleep deprived, but he has this just massive smile on his face when he talks about Evelyn. So fun. So good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Start with a backstory. Growing up, my mom was a teacher, and so we didn't have a lot of extra money. We always had the necessities, but there wasn't money for luxuries like the latest 501 Levi jeans or the cool new Nike tennis shoes, which of course, when you're 14, that's your world and that's what you want. I learned pretty early on that if I was going to have those things, I had to earn the money for them. So I had a variety of part-time jobs. I babysat, I picked cherries, I taught swimming lessons, and I cleaned houses. By the time I got to college, I had a pretty solid work ethic and knew what it was to be responsible. Fast forward 20 years. I'm now a parent. My daughter's 3 years old, and like any good parent, you've read all the parenting books. Love and Logic, make sure that you're getting the right number of hours of sleep. I mean, if you walk into the baby book section of the store, there's, I don't know, probably 200 books. Being the good parents that we were, we thought, well, she's 3 years old. It's probably time that we could start teaching her a little bit about responsibility and maybe even start to instill a work ethic. At 3, there's probably a chore she could take on that would make sense for a 3-year-old. We start thinking about the different chores that might be possible, and we quickly decide vacuuming is probably not an option at 3. Kind of heavy. She might fall down the stairs with a vacuum cleaner. All kinds of scenarios in her head that was not a good chore. Doing the laundry, even though that would have been my personal preference. Again, for a 3-year-old, you can't really reach the top of the top-loading washing machine. Knocked that off the list. Emptying the dishwasher, I had visions of glass going onto the floor everywhere. Clearly, we needed a chore that was going to be more manageable for a 3-year-old. We came up with 2 options. One was feeding the cat. The other was either making her bed and or our bed every morning. So again, being the great parents that we were trying to be, we decided to have a family discussion. So at dinner, we sat down and we talked to her and said, so part of being a family, of course, is that you contribute within your capacity. I'm not sure we use the word capacity. That might have been a little over her head as a 3-year-old. We have a couple ideas of how you might be able to help out the family. Which of these 2 chores do you think you would like to take on? Would you like to be responsible for making sure the cat gets fed? Or would you like to make your bed and our bed every morning? Well, Kelsey sat and pondered and said, I'll be responsible for making sure the cat gets fed. Okay, great. We've given her choice, and it's now up to her to take on this responsibility. The next morning we wake up, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see if she follows through on this new responsibility without me reminding her. Let's just see how this goes. So I'm in the bathroom, and I'm finishing my makeup and my hair. Kelsey's dad's downstairs, and he's starting breakfast. And I see Kelsey walk out of her room, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is good. She's headed downstairs. She stands at the head of the stairs, and she says, Dad, could you please feed the cat? And I walk out of the bathroom, I say, no, Kelsey, it's your job to feed the cat now. And she looks at me and she says, no, Mom, it's my job to make sure the cat gets fed. That is the moment when I realized, as a parent, your words are going to come back to you exactly how you say them. And it is also the moment that I realized I was completely in over my head. I had just been outmaneuvered by a 3-year-old. Thank you.